Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Tampa recommendations video, just a bunch of different spots that I love to visit in Tampa and all of my recs for restaurants, things to do, activities. I figured I would make a video of all of my favorite spots and going into a little bit of detail about them. I was born and raised in the Tampa area. I live just outside of Tampa and I work in downtown Tampa, so I'm very familiar with everything around here, all the different things that have come up recently. I know Tampa is so up and coming right now, which is very different from how it used to be, but it is really cool that Tampa is becoming a little bit more of a popular city. So that being said, there's been so many different restaurants and things opening, and these are just a few of my favorite spots if you're looking to visit Tampa, or if you're moving to Tampa and you want recommendations on food to try, places to go. This video may be helpful. So I have a list of places I want to talk about. I mostly separated them between restaurants and bars and then like activities and places to go. So I'm going to go through what some of the restaurants and bars first. First one I have on my list is called Boulon Brasserie, I think is maybe the full name. This is a really awesome restaurant down on Water Street in downtown Tampa. This is where a lot of the kind of up and coming restaurants, bars, hotels, they're all coming up on Water Street. So Boulon is at the base of a hotel, I believe, or an apartment complex next to a really nice hotel. So it's in a great area. It's right in front of the Amalie Arena. And again, all these places are going to be in kind of like different areas or surrounding areas of Tampa, but this is right in the middle of downtown. We went here for dinner not long ago and it was amazing. I have nothing bad to say. It's such a great vibe. We ended up sitting outside. They have a beautiful dining room inside as well as a bar. But the outdoor seating was also just as nice. You have like a little patio area. I think it's like French inspired actually, and like French cuisine. But I think I got a pasta there. It was like a rigatoni with like a cheese sauce and it was really, really good. My husband got steak, I believe, and we definitely want to go back. I'm surprised we haven't gone back yet, but that's already become a quick favorite of ours and it's really, really good for a nice dinner. I've also heard they have great brunch and lunch. I think my sister has gone to the brunch and she said it was amazing. So that's one of my favorites to try in that area. Another classic Tampa restaurant is Oxford Exchange. This is a little bit right outside of downtown, just down the road, but it's like 5 minutes from downtown, if that. Oxford Exchange is amazing. I've always done their brunch there. It's like really pretty inside. They have like a bookstore and a gift shop area, and the decor and the whole vibe of it is just so pretty. They also do high tea, I believe. I actually haven't gone for tea, but it's just that beautiful like elevated, sophisticated feel, and also just a great spot for multiple occasions. I'm sure you've seen photos taken in and outside of Oxford Exchange because it's just pretty iconic, I feel like, for Tampa, so definitely try it out if you haven't already. One of my personal favorite restaurants in Tampa is Jackson's Bar and Bistro. I feel like it's been around forever. It used to be like where people go for prom and stuff, at least where I grew up in Tampa. But I love Jackson's. It's like everything I could ever want in a restaurant. They have like a great variety of food. It's kind of like just regular entrees, but they also have a sushi menu. So we literally go and get pasta and sushi for the table, and it's just like amazing to have that combination in one sitting because those are my two favorite foods. So again, they have a great variety. It's right on the water. It's on Harbor Island actually, but it's right on the corner where all the yachts are, and you can overlook downtown Tampa. It's perfect for events. I've done so many like celebratory dinners there, and also just casual date night will end up there because it's just so good and it's the best every time. The Jackson's is one of my favorites. They did have this like pesto pasta that I would get every single time we went, along with sushi, and I think they took it off the menu recently. I was so upset, but it was my birthday when we went last and I asked if they could make it and they did, so I was just able to request something and they were able to still make it for me. So service is always great there and it's really just an awesome experience and environment, and the food is 10 out of 10 every single time. Another great place for pasta is Timpano in Hyde Park. I love this restaurant. It's just Italian food, and they actually rebranded it not too long ago. We used to go before it was like under this management and it was good then, and then also since they've changed kind of the look in the menu, it's still really great. You can go here and get like the pasta wheel, the cheese wheel that they throw the pasta around in. We've done that before and it's just really great. Another great like group setting if you're having like a birthday dinner or a get together. This is another good place to suggest, or also again for just date night. It's definitely great for Italian food, and being right in the middle of Hyde Park is awesome. I'm going to go into that a little bit later as like an activity spot because there's so much to do in Hyde Park, but that's one of our favorite restaurants there. Another great restaurant in Hyde Park is Bar Taco. I've been going here for years. It's been one of my favorites for as long as I can remember, since high school, college. It's definitely one of my favorites. You can go casually for lunch, or it's also a great dinner spot. I think there's bar tacos in a few different locations, but I know that they're not often around. So if you're ever near one, definitely try it. They have the best street tacos. I love their fish taco, and they used to have a mojo pork taco that was my absolute favorite, and they took it off the menu. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. recently, but when they did that I was so upset. It still hasn't come back, but all of their tacos are amazing. They have great chips and salsa, and also a really cute bar. Great place to go with friends, and again, it's just in the heart of such a great location, so definitely try Bar Taco. For another bar option, the Gin Joint is one of our favorite places to go. This is right in the heart of downtown. It's in between everything, between the Arts District and like Water Street, Channel Side area. So the Gin Joint is amazing. It's kind of like a speakeasy vibe. You go and there's kind of like, I think it's connected to the building that was the Vault. Well, it's like the Vault is like a rental space. It's like a event venue, but it used to be a bank. So it's like the old classic Vault look of what the bank used to be, and half of that turned into the Gin Joint. So when you walk in, you have like the big vault door, and that's just kind of like the lobby. You go and it's like a piano bar. It's really dark and moody. They have amazing espresso martinis. They make them with gin, of course, but they also have so many different options for drinks, and everything is really good. I'm not a big gin drinker, but they have a whole like matrix of the different kinds of gin they have. And there's really something for everybody because you can obviously get anything. It's a great spot for going after dinner, and we've had so many get-togethers there with friends, or I'll do happy hour with coworkers there. So I definitely recommend the Gin Joint if you're looking for a good drink spot. Oak and Ola is a restaurant in Armature Works, which I'll also go into, but this is one of my favorite sit-down restaurants that I've found at Armature Works. They also have like a food court area with like smaller like food vendors, but for restaurants, Oak and Ola is one of my favorites. I've been there for dinner as well as brunch, and everything is always amazing. This might also be somewhat of a French American, I'm not sure the exact type of food, but they always have a great variety, and the food is just amazing. It's definitely different than anything you'd get at like a regular chain, really custom, and I love it as an option for when we're over there. The decor and everything is also really cute. They have like a nice bar in the center, and then just kind of like mix match tables, and a little bit like eclectic. But it's really nice, and I've loved the food every time that we've gone. Sunda New Asian, I think that's the full name of it, is in Midtown, which is again another area I'm gonna go into. I tried this recently with friends. It was amazing Asian food. We of course got sushi. I think we did bao buns, some other appetizers, and it was really great for like an elevated, nicer sushi place. Again, great location, amazing bar, and that same kind of high-end, dim light, really awesome decor and experience inside. Definitely an amazing place to try if you like Asian food. I've wanted to try restaurants that are at the Edition Hotel that's also in the Water Street area. I haven't gotten to try any of their food places, but the bars are some of our favorites as well. They're a little bit more expensive because it is such a nice hotel, but I love the whole ambiance of the Edition. I'm sure you've seen pictures of it, and they have the iconic staircase, and it's just that same kind of moody feel, palm trees. The Edition, just the feel of it is so nice. They have a few different bars in the Edition, so it's also a good place that we like to stop with friends after dinner or just for a casual drink. So definitely check out the Edition as kind of both an activity spot and more like a bar area. I have heard good things about the restaurant, so hopefully we'll be trying those soon. Next, I'm going to go into some kind of activity and location spots. First one on the list is Sparkman Wharf. Also, this is right outside of Amalie Arena, so down in the Water Street area, which used to be Channel Side, so I kind of like talk about them the same way. I think there's certain parts that are still Channel Side, but Water Street, Channel Side, down by the arena is all of that area. It's right by like the aquarium and the port, so all of this is in a great location down there. But Sparkman Wharf is awesome because there's different like food trucks almost. They're kind of like stalls, little like shipping containers with different vendors that come in. It's usually the same, but I have seen them change them a few times. They have like a bunch of different casual foods like tacos, seafood, ice cream, chicken and sandwiches, like places like that. And again, they sometimes switch them out, but everything there has always been so good. It's really easy to stop by there if you're coming from somewhere else in downtown, like you had an activity or you went to, you're going to a concert or an event, like you can stop there and get bites right outside of the arena. They also have some sit-down restaurants I've been wanting to try. Splitsville is there, so if you want to go bowling, they have dessert places. They also have like a huge lawn that's great both during the day and at night because you can go and hang out there with their outside bar. Anytime there's like events for the Lightning games, we'll go do like watch parties there. So it's a great kind of like community area with outdoor activities and spaces to bring your kids or your dog. You can also hang out with friends at the bar or the restaurants, and it's a really fun nighttime vibe as well. So Sparkman used to be like a whole different area that was Channel Side, and it was kind of just restaurants, but they've definitely revamped it in the past few years and are still adding to it. So we love hanging out there for like nighttime and daytime activities, like I said, and I think they're even adding more. So I think there's so much more to come at Sparkman Wharf. Midtown I mentioned earlier for that sushi restaurant, but that also is fairly new. It's kind of like a Hyde Park. These are all kind of similar areas where it's both storefronts and restaurants, kind of in like a little town neighborhood setup. So there's apartment complexes, and there's also, of course, like stacked restaurants and stores. So they have like a Ballard Designs there, Buff City Soap, there's some salons, there's a Whole Foods, so it's kind of like a little community, but with some awesome restaurants and activities, like I said. They also kind of have a courtyard area with, it's not just an outside bar, but there's a True Food kitchen right in the center, so that's kind of like open to the park. Also just a great place to walk around with family and also check out some of the restaurants and stores that they have to offer. Hyde Park is similar, like I said, but it's been around a lot longer. I've always loved Hyde Park. It's like the go-to place if you don't really know where to go or what to do. They do a lot of different like festivals and stuff and markets, and during the holidays it's all decorated, which is really cute. Some of my favorite restaurants are there as well. They also have stores. They have the Candle Pour where you can go make candles, Pottery Barn, Lululemon, some more like shopping, Kendra Scott, Nike. They've also added to that in past years, so Hyde Park has even grown exponentially since from what it used to be. They've always been good about keeping the good stuff while also adding to it, so all of my favorite spots are there. It's also just a good place to walk around, especially during the day. It's kind of a central location just outside of downtown Tampa, but there's a lot around it in kind of the South Tampa area. It's also pretty much a huge neighborhood, so there's older houses around it, but also expensive houses. They're right on Bayshore, so the whole area is just really nice. We like to go up and down the streets and check out the houses in the neighborhood sometimes as well. For the beach, one of our favorite spots to go to is Treasure Island. It's a little bit south of like Clearwater and St. Pete Beach. Those beaches are a little more crowded and not as nice in my opinion, so we go a little further south to Treasure Island most of the time. It's not too far of a drive at all. It's directly across the bridge past St. Pete, so that's our go-to spot. There's a lot of little side streets that you can pull off on with like boardwalks and private beach areas, so you don't have to be in the big hustle and bustle of like the big public parking area for the beach. So we like that it's a little more private, and it's just been our go-to spot since high school whenever we'd start taking beach trips by ourselves. I will say the beach I probably prefer is Anna Maria Island. It's a little bit more of a drive, and it's technically out of the Tampa area. It's like Sarasota, Bradenton, but I grew up going there, and it's still definitely one of my favorite beaches if you're able to make the drive or you're staying for a weekend. Anna Maria is really nice because it's definitely even more private than the St. Pete area. It's on its own island, so everything is very local. There's not a lot of commercial stuff on the island, so when you go you really feel like you're away from it all, and they have the prettiest water and sand, so it's definitely worth going down there if you can, but if not, Treasure Island is still an amazing option. Like I said, Armature Works is another great kind of community area. It is under like all under one roof, so the other places are like different storefronts, but Armature Works is like almost like a big warehouse, and it has different food vendors, the casual ones, as well as some restaurants and bars attached on the outside. They do have a great kind of like field area right on the Riverwalk in the Hillsborough River, so it's a great kind of like waterfront area to hang out. They have some separate buildings kind of around it, but the main hub of Armature Works just has a lot to offer anyways. I know they do a lot of events like yoga in the park, different fitness things, and it being right on the Riverwalk is nice because I know a lot of people run and exercise there. So Armature Works always has something going on. Like I said, there's something for everybody, whether it's casual eating, sit-down dining, the events they have that they put on. So it's really fun and just a little bit north of downtown Tampa, but you can walk there essentially from anywhere in downtown, so it's all still the same area. As I mentioned, the Riverwalk is a great spot to walk, obviously. I know I run there sometimes. It stretches all the way from that area, from Armature Works, all the way down Bayshore Boulevard. So it goes all the way down South Tampa and kind of loops. So it's a great, I think it's one of the longest like sidewalks, continuous sidewalks I think I read, in the state or country or something. So the Riverwalk is great because again, you're getting beautiful views right on the water. Bayshore is amazing, going down and seeing all those houses. So the Riverwalk is just a great spot no matter where you are on the map. It's just kind of a continuous place to, like I said, exercise or hang out. The Bayshore and the Riverwalk is another great spot for primarily exercise, but also just beautiful to check out if you haven't before. My favorite mall is the International Plaza. They have great stores. They have both high-end and then just also regular shopping. They also have restaurants on what's called Bay Street. So just outside the mall, they have a bunch of great restaurants that I didn't even list any of those, but all of them are really great. So International Plaza as a whole is amazing for both shopping at the mall and eating at the restaurants and bars. Definitely one of the better malls in the area and my favorite for sure. Also just the building in the mall itself is really nice, as well as the stores and things they have to offer. If you live in Tampa, I'm sure you've been to Busch Gardens, but if you're moving here, like I said, or visiting and you've never been, Busch Gardens is essentially our amusement park. It's a little north of downtown by USF, which is also where I went to college, so it was right outside my doorstep. Really easy to get to, and I think it's fun. I mean, I grew up going there, but if you're looking for both kind of like a zoo and roller coasters, that's exactly what Busch Gardens is. So that's definitely changed over the years, but it's always been a good place to go. We actually have passes. We've had them since college, I think, and we've just never canceled them. We don't go too often, but it's definitely a good spot to go to if you don't really have anything else to do. and especially if you've never been, you should make a point to go. We like it because they also have different festivals throughout the year. I think they do like a food and wine festival. Their Christmas town is really nice, so it's definitely a good place to go with family, and also just easy to get to on a weeknight if we really wanted to. So we really should be going more often than we do. The last kind of random activity that we did years ago, but I know they still do them, is the yacht starship cruises. I think that's what it's called. This is really cool because it's like a dining experience on a yacht in the water. So it almost feels like you're on like a mini cruise ship, so you're having like a cruise dinner, but it goes around the bay and it's really fun, especially for like a date or special event. So I'd really like to do that again because we haven't done that again since we might have been in high school. We went on like a date doing that. But it's really nice from what I remember, and of course you get amazing views no matter what time of day. You can get the sunset, or at night it's really nice too. So I definitely want to check that out again, but that is another kind of activity to do that's a little bit different. I think it docks out of where the Sparkman Wharf area is. So again, all in that central location, and another activity to put on your list. So those are all of my recommendations and my favorite spots for so many different things, whether it's restaurants, food, bars, activities, places to go in Tampa, both downtown and a little bit outside of Tampa, but all of my go-to spots for all of those categories. I hope this video was helpful if you were looking for things to do in Tampa or different places to try. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.